Hello my dear students, welcome you all for the Samveda e-learning program. My dears, so we always amazed about to see the sky, and we are very curious to see the night sky because we can see the twinkling stars and we can see the shooting stars along with wandering planets. In this lesson, I will give you much more informations regarding stars and solar system. I welcome you all again. Get ready with the notebook as well as pen. I am going to teach you in 3 different sessions. Let us know what are the concepts in 3 different sessions. You will learn about planets and celestial bodies, moon, phases of moon, moon surface, and more about moon in first session. And you will learn about stars, star constellations, constellations and ancient Indian astronomy, constellations in night sky, solar system, and about sun you are going to learn in second session. In third session, you are going to learn more about solar system, planets, their rotation and revolutions, and few more members of the solar system, and finally some more members of our solar system. So, this is what I am going to teach you in 3 different sessions. My dears, as I told you already, we are very curious to see the night sky. So, it is a journey to the solar system and beyond. In this journey, you are going to learn about the different objects in the night sky and their structures and their existence and much more. If we look at the sky, that is night sky, we will see some objects. They are the planet and some celestial objects. Then what are celestial objects? The celestial objects are nothing but the stars, the planets, the moon, and many other objects in the sky are called as celestial object. What is the study of celestial object called? Yes, the study of celestial objects called astronomy. It is nothing but the study of celestial objects and associated phenomena is called as astronomy. Can you repeat again? Can you repeat again? What are celestial objects in astronomy? Yes, the stars, the planets, the moon, and many other objects in the night sky are called as celestial objects, and the study of celestial objects and associated phenomena is called as astronomy. We can see the wanderers of the night sky, they are called as planets. Let us know about Indian astronomy. In ancient India, our ancestors performed methodical observation of night sky. Their knowledge of astronomy was highly advanced for their time. The passage of sun, stars, moon and the planets in the night sky helped them to devise calendars and almanacs, what we call panchangas. So, this is what our ancestor did accurately by watching the night sky. These were often used by people in their day-to-day conduct and a better understanding of climate, rainfall pattern for timely sowing and choice of crops, fixing the dates of season and festivals. They were successful in doing all these things. Astronomy in India has amazing history. Astronomy has been studied in India since early Vedic period, while performing their Vedic rituals. Indian astronomers, mainly Aryabhata, Varahamihira, Brahmagupta, have conducted in-depth studies in 5th and 16th centuries, and they have identified and they have located planets in the night sky. Maharaja Jai Singh built a series of 5 observatories in India at the beginning of 18th century to watch the night sky and to locate the stars and planets accurately. So, we can see the images of the Jantar Mantar, which is built in Jaipur. We can see this Jantar Mantar in Delhi also. So, these were helped the people to locate the position of the planets, the stars and their movement in the night sky. Let us study in detail about the celestial bodies. Firstly, we are going to learn about moon. You know that moon is the brightest object in the night sky, which is our natural satellite of earth. So, what is a moon? It is a natural satellite of the earth and which is the brightest object in the night sky. We can easily locate the moon position as in the day as well as in the night sky because of its brightness. What are all the interesting fact about moon means? The average distance between the earth and the moon is 3,84,399 kilometers. The reflected light from the moon takes about 1.3 seconds to reach the earth because of the distance factor. What about the diameter? The lunar diameter is about 3,474 kilometer, approximately 2,159 miles. That is 3.7 times lesser than that of earth. And the one more interesting fact is, it is the 5th largest and heaviest satellite in the solar system. This is the very interesting fact about moon. I am showing the distance between the moon and the earth again. What about the distance between the moon and the earth? Yes, you are exactly correct. It is 3,84,399 kilometers. What about the lunar diameter? Yes, exactly. It is 3,474 kilometers. Then what is the time taken by the light, that is reflected light, to reach the earth? Yes, exactly, it is 1.3 second. So, if we are going to observe the moon in the night sky, we are going to notice something regarding moon, and there is a question is rises in our mind. Why does the moon change its shape every day? Why does the moon appears like this? And also, how do full moon and new moons occur? These are few questions which is going to appear in our mind if you are going to look for 15 to 20 days regularly of the night sky. So, we have an answer for all these questions. The reason for full moon day and new moon day is the day on which the whole disk of the moon is visible is known as full moon day. We can see the full disk of the moon on full moon day. What happens thereafter? Thereafterwards, every night the size of the bright part of the moon appears to become thinner and thinner, and on the 15th day, what happens? Moon will not be visible in the night sky. This day, what we called new moon day, we can say Hunnime and Amavasya in these two particular days. The interesting fact is, the full moon day occur when earth comes between moon and the sun. In this full moon day, that is, a full moon is opposite to the sun in its orbit around the earth. Its sunlight side is entirely visible from the earth. The moon appears full to the eye for 2 or 3 nights. when the moon is exactly 180 degree opposite to the sun in ecliptic longitude. Where in case of new moon day, what happens? The moon comes in between earth and the sun. So, that is why the shadow part of the moon is visible to the earth, so that the moon is invisible on new moon day. New moon occurs when the moon is between earth and the sun, and thus the side of the moon, that is shadow, faces the earth. So, you can see how the full moon and new moon is going to be formed. So, after the new moon, so there is a change in the shape of the moon, and after 15 days the full visible disk of the moon is visible to us, and thereafterwards again the visible part goes on decreases. So, after 15 days again moon becomes invisible. So, this new moon and full moon day occurs every 15 days once. So, this is the variation in the appearance of the moon in the night sky is said to be phases of moon. As you all know that after the new moon day, only a small portion of the moon appears in the sky. This is what we called crescent moon. Then again the moon grows larger every day. On the 15th day, once again we get a full view of the moon. The various shape of the bright part of the moon as seen during the month called phases of moon. What is phases of moon? The various shape of the bright part of the moon as seen during a month, they are called as phases of moon. See, after the new moon, the visible disk of the moon goes on increases. So, finally, we will get the full moon. You can see that. See, this is how the size of the visible shape of the moon is going to be increases after new moon. Then what happens after full moon? The visible part goes on decreases. After 15 days, it becomes invisible. So, these shapes are called as phases of moon. See, it is a animation. You can see in this animation how the bright part of the moon goes on changes for every 15 days once. So, this animation also help you to understand how the phases of moon is going to be changes with respect to the position of the moon around the earth. My dears, the period between one full moon to the another full moon is slightly longer than 29 days, which is approximately equal to 29.53 days. In many calendars, this period is called as month. So, there is a relationship between Indian festivals and phases of moon. So, phases of moon plays an important role in our social life. Almost our Indian festivals are celebrated according to the phases of moon appear in the night sky. So, we are going to celebrate Deepavali, Mahashivratri as well as Eid during the appearance of the moon in the night sky. So, for example, Diwali is celebrated on the new moon day. We are all going to celebrate our Deepavali festival on new moon day. We are going to burn cracker, we are going to light up the lamp, and we are going to celebrate the Deepavali festival. In case of Buddha Purnima and Guru Nanak's birthday, they are celebrated on full moon day. Similarly, Mahashivratri is celebrated on 13th night of waning moon, and Eid Fitr is observed on the day following the sightening of crescent moon. So, the sightening of crescent moon decides the celebration of Eid Fitr Let us know more about moon. I am giving you the much more information regarding our moon. Eclipses are formed due to when the sun and the earth and the moon are all in one straight line. So, eclipses occurs only when the sun, the earth and the moon are all in straight line. You can see the image, how should be the position of the sun, moon as well as earth. So, if these three are located in a straight line, then we will get the total solar eclipse as well as the total lunar eclipse. Let us know more about total solar eclipse and total lunar eclipse. The total lunar eclipse, which is also called as the blood moon, a lunar eclipse occur when the earth is between sun and the moon. They are aligned in a straight line. Moon is going to be appear in red color, that is what we call the blood moon. Let us come to the total solar eclipse. The solar eclipse occur when the moon is between the sun and the earth. When the moon comes in between sun and the earth in a straight line, we can see the total solar eclipse. During total solar eclipse, sun visible disk is covered with the moon. So, during total solar eclipse, we can notice the formation of diamond ring in the sky. The moon orbits the earth for every 27.3 days. The moon is only the celestial body that has ever walked. The first unmanned spacecraft to reach the moon was the Russian Luna. The US Apollo, that is in the year 1968, launched by America, was the first manned spacecraft to orbit the moon. And the USA Apollo 11 in the year 1969, spacecraft that landed on the moon with humans. The moon surface is very interesting to us. So, if you are going to see with the help of telescope, we can see the craters on the moon. The moon is fascinating object for the poets and the storytellers, but when astronaut landed on the moon, they found that the moon surface is dusty and barren. There are many craters of the different size. It is also has a large number of steeps and high mountains. Some of these are high as the highest mountains on the earth. These craters are caused due to the impact of the asteroids. See, there we can see the many craters, and this is not the smooth surface, and we can't find the smooth surface on the moon. My dears, until 1957, the moon was the only body which orbiting the earth. No other object orbiting the earth till 1957. That is the interesting fact you have to note. On October 7, that is in 1957, the Sputnik 1 launched by Russia is the first and ever artificial satellite to orbit the earth other than moon. And on July 20th in 1969, it is well known to you people, American astronaut Neil Armstrong and Edwin Aldrin become the first human ever to land on the moon as well as walk on the moon. About 6.5 hours later, Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon. As he took his first step, and Armstrong famously said that that's one small step on man, one giant leap for the mankind. So, this was the famous statement said by Neil Armstrong. So, we are going to see the visible part, that is only one part of the moon always, but we have not seen the other part of the moon. I am going to show you the image of the part of the moon what we have not seen. So, this is what the picture of the moon or image of the moon what we are seeing in our daily life, and this is what we have not seen and other part of the and other side of the moon. My dears, the interesting fact is a person birth star is associated with the moon. So, there are 27 stars are spread in 12 zodiacal constellations. They becomes the background for the movement of the moon. The 27 stars are Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, Mrugashira, Ardra, Punarvasu, Pushya, Ashlesha, Magha, Purva Falguni, Uttara Falguni, Hasta, Chitra, Swati, Vaishaka, Anuradha, Jeshta, Moola, Purvashada, Uttarashada, Shravana, Dhanishta, Satabhishta, Purvabhadra, Uttarabhadra and Revati. These are the 27 stars. The fact is, a person birth star decides the position of the moon in these 27 stars. Based on the person's birth time and the position of the moon at the moment, the person birth star what we call Janma Nakshatra determined and decided. My dears, in this session you have all learnt about the more fact about the moon and along with the introduction to the celestial objects. My dears, in this session you have learnt about planet and celestial objects, contribution of Indian astrophysicist, the contribution of Aryabhatta, Varahamihira, Brahmagupta, the distance between the moon and the earth, concept about full moon day and new moon day, and about phases of moon you have learnt in detail. And how the full moon day and new moon day is considered in making calendars. And also I have learnt about phases of moon and Indian festivals. And also you have learnt about total solar eclipse and total lunar eclipse. And at the end you have learnt about more interesting fact of moon. You have learnt about a person birth star and position of the moon in the sky. So, based on the today's session, you have a home assignment. Please write down the question, take the book and pen, write down these questions in your book. What are celestial bodies? The second question is, name the brightest celestial body in the night sky. The third question is, explain how new moon and full moons are formed. The fourth question is, what is phases of moon? Fifth question is, what is the period of revolution and the period of rotation of moon? So, these are the questions you have to write the answer and you have to show to your teachers. My dears, let us meet in the next session and we will learn more about the sun and other interesting fact about the solar system. Thank you all. Stay safe, keep learning, have a nice time. Thank you all.